Hi, I'm David Schnare. I'm the General Counsel for the Energy and Environment Legal Institute, and we try to track the issues. One of the best ways to do that, of course, is to read Powerline every day. But one of the big issues that's coming up now is this whole question of what EPA calls its Clean Power Plan. Others have much different names for it. And when you ask what is the best thing to do, well, I spent 33 years at EPA. I was an enforcement attorney working on Clean Air Act issues. I learned the Clean Air Act inside and out, and it's very clear to me that the wisest choice for a state is to go ahead and submit a plan, what I might call a crappy power plan, one that is not adequate to meet the EPA's needs, that is reasonable, that is principled, but that is protective of their own people and their own energy sources. Then you enter an 18-month negotiation period with EPA, followed by a 6-month period after which they could do something if they wanted, but by then the law would be clear whether the rule is legal, what parts of it are legal, and it will restart the whole discussion. So you've got another probably 18 months while EPA sorts it out. And without doing that, you're ending up with either being immediately impacted by a federal implementation plan, which will only deal with inside the fence and will force people towards cap and trade, which is EPA's purpose, or you will deal with a situation in which you are imposed, you had imposed on you requirements that will actually cause energy poverty in the United States. And energy poverty is the real clinch here. I testified in front of the Virginia legislature at one point, and they asked me how much are rates going to go up, and I said, well, maybe 12 to 25%. And they called up right behind me the head of what the state calls State Corporation Commission, our Public Utility Commission, the chief staffer that worked on this, and he came up and they said, is he right? And this gentleman said, no, not at all. And they looked at him and they said, well, no, the rates are going to go up much more than that. And the room was dead silent. The reality is this has no effect, and EPA admits it, on climate change. It's a 0.018 degrees centigrade. You can't even measure that. Has no meaning in the international context and will impoverish people who can't afford to buy food now. And so when you look at this kind of a problem, you've got to be sensible. And the sensible thing is to delay, to take time, to ensure that the legislatures are involved, probably more important than anything else, that the public utility commissions are involved. It's their job to protect the public more than anyone else's when it comes to energy. And so I encourage people to take their time, be sensible, delay, and force EPA to deal with the reality of the situation.